Welcome back, dear viewers, to the amazing show of Aether Rendazzo and her amazing crew. Last time we left off. Sorry, I just the like 40s and 50s sounding television and movie hosts and so on just popped in my brain and wanted to do something. It turned out really badly, so we will not do that again. Welcome back. Anyway, we are going to investigate the descent in the wannabe Garden of Eden. That is this place. There sure are some descent going on. So without any further ado, let's go.
Hey, over here!
I spot Benny waving to me from the shade.
What have you spotted, Benny?
Between the drawn shutters, the barren front lot, and the sign flipped to closed, the garage was a lonely shack, a blemish on the side of the road to somewhere. Walking up tells a different story. The ground rhythmically pounds beneath my feet while the shutters bleed clandestine murmurs.
Holy smokes! You hear that? This is it! The floating dance hall!
Yeah, I hear. Now, let's figure out how we're getting inside without spooking them off.
Try to eavesdrop? God, sure, no chance. Yeah, no. Sneak in through the window, knock on the door. Let's try knocking on the door.
If the party's still going, they're likely expecting people. However, as my knuckles go to rap wood, the shutters go still. Silence rings in my ears. My hand inches towards my piece when the door opens.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. Open for business?
No, sorry, ma'am. The garage is closed for building inspection. Try again tomorrow?
Inspection, huh? Place don't look so bad to me. In fact, up close, I'd say it looks to be of a respectable quality.
It's all on the inside. There are termites, rats, all kinds of unpleasant stuff. But don't be alarmed. We're doing a deep clean to get the garage back in order.
Yeah. Be direct. Let's play along a bit. Question his reason for being here.
Never met a building inspector who doubled as a pest control.
Staffing's been brutal. We can't afford to send someone out to find the problem and another to fix it. Speaking of which, I should really go. We're gonna start fumigation.
It's a semi-competent lie, but it falls apart faster than a cheap lamp, with the bang of a distant door and the patter of fleeing feet.
Oh, that must be Bob. He must have found a cockroach.
Look, cards on the table. You're Grayson, right? The Joe running the floating dance hall?
Dancing cockroach, you mean, yeah? You have many of those? Are you running a ballet show of cockroaches dancing around with flies and crickets?
Yeah, I am. Nice to meet you too. And you are?
Gia Rendazzo. And this is Benny. Group we're with wants to hire you for a party.
Oh, sure. But how many people you got coming? I got something planned in the tunnels next week. We can get another 5 or so, if they're hip enough to party with Aether Iron.
Looking for something a lot bigger. Need a community-wide shindig. Something to remind folks around here what it was like to let their hair down. The sooner, the better. Grayson looks at me like I'm talking about moving the moon. He brings himself back to the comfort of Earth with a cough.
Wow, Dang, that's a lot to drop on a fella.
Can't do it?
No, it's not that I don't know how, but there are reasons we're partying it up in the middle of nowhere. Nation's Crusade has a ban on any frivolous and morally suspect music.
Tell him the bill's footed? I'm not sure what this even means. Tell him it's his chance to go big. Yeah, I get the feeling you were like, let's see if they are hip enough to party with engineers and this and that. So I think he might go for this.
Look, Grayson, I may not be a party organizer, but I've done my share of gigs. Nothing beats the thrill of pulling off a big one.
Oh, I know, it's just, if we're doing this, we can't do it by halves. It's gonna have to be a lot of work to hustle through. Might be tough on, someone so young.
Oh, I can swing my legs with the best of them. I don't know if Gia can.
What, you talking about me? I'm the star reporter for the Crier. I work the streets on the daily. Throwing parties is kid stuff.
With every word, every assurance, Grayson's eyes brighten, seeming distant possibilities move into focus. Suddenly, moving the moon doesn't seem impossible.
Well, shoot. Why not? Let's do it. Let's throw NC the biggest bash in memory. I gotta finish up here, but meet me at the records building in Meadowlark. Head for the lower door during after hours.
Sure. Meet Grayson at the meeting spot. Yeah. But we have a garage here. And I want to see what they have for sale. Can we enter? Doesn't seem... Yeah, there we go. So, do you have any cars, Mr. Grayson? Ooh, you do. You do indeed. So, the first one is a flathead. I'm just checking around the placements for this car. Okay. And this is a wagon. It looks like, I guess it's because of the color. That looks like a hippie vehicle. Bunch of auxiliary slots. This is really cars for Crest. This is a van. Might be a new car for Luca. Is really the thing I'm looking for. And here we have a truck. So we have heavy weapons on the sides for this one. Interesting placement. Actually, this one is also heavy weapons. Yeah, I will have to take a gander at this. I just wanted to take a quick look. Let's see. Do we have anything interesting in here? What the... Aether Weber. It's an undercarriage weapon. It does 3 Aether damage and damage enemy vehicles in a row. And applies stagger. it reduces their action points by 50%. Interesting. Here are some upgrades for Lukia. I think it's 1 or 2 more damage for his capabilities. What's this? An Aether field generator. Applies Aether resistance to friendly vehicles in an area, reducing incoming Aether damage by 50%. Unfortunately, it's an auxiliary and we don't use those. Some better armor. Okay. Oh my, that's a huge leap in capabilities there in terms of AP for the engine. Yeah. What do we have here? Grease monkey. Yeah, I think the game really wants us to use caress in this part of the game, but I got used to our tactics and what we have going on, so I don't really want to do that. Okay, anyway, now that we had a look at that, I will figure out what we might want to do, but he wanted us to meet him over here, so let's get that going.
Gia! Over here!
We look for the drab spot of color against a set of concrete steps and a double set of ornate doors. A film of grime says no one's been down here for months. Need help getting it open?
I got it, I think. My key should still work.
The door clicks open to a long, dark box. It's like breathing in a decades-sealed cabinet. Dust and stale air rush my nose, filling it with aged paper and cardboard.
Ow!
Careful.
Oh, Jesus. Gia, could you get the lights? Wall to your right.
A cloud of dust wafts through what little space is left between several towers of boxes. Grayson skips around the mess.
Welcome to the Swan. What'd you think?
Hot dog! Get a look at the size of this place. You fit a stadium's worth of Metro Maniacs fans in here.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fixer-upper. Think we can get it ready in time?
Hey, you wanted to remind people of how things used to be? The Swan once was the go-to place for a good time, whether you were a first-timer or a champion dancer.
Ask about the Swan?
My eyes rove the hall. For every box and stapler I find, I see pieces of its former glory in chandeliers and brass ornaments. It's not often you uncover spots like this in the lowers. What's the story behind this place?
You're looking at the oldest dance academy this side of the lowers. It was opened 3 barons back by a generous old lady with a fondness for romance and a hatred of crass, smoky nightclubs. She left it to the community when she passed, and we took darn good care of it. We used to alternate between teaching, casual, and competitive dance nights.
Ask about his connection to the place.
You seem pretty familiar with the place. Didn't just have a key, you knew where the light switch was in the dark.
Yeah, I forgot to give the key back when the hall closed. After what happened, I didn't think they'd mind if I kept a souvenir. I used to be one of their regulars. Mostly provided the music, but some nights I'd come down here just to sit. Me and others used to spend whole nights chatting it up under these chandeliers.
All right. Where do we get started?
It's been some time since I was down here. How about you take a looky-loo? See if you can find the hall's dance sheets and record player. Oh, and we'll need to see if the bar's still hooked up.
Okay. What do we have around here? Storage items. Power counter. Anything I missed? No. Some paper sheets. And the stage. And chandeliers. Let's start here.
Musty sheets, cracked light bulbs, cobwebs in all corners. Hope Grayson's got a ladder. Musty sheets, cracked light bulbs,
Okay. Storage items.
I give the boxes a rifle through and give up at the fourth. Whatever the Swan might have been before, Nation's Crusade buried it with enough staplers and lined paper to supply a skyscraper. I give the boxes a rifle through.
Okay. Bar counter.
The bar's a dumping ground. Counter struggling under a hill of boxes and a ring of files and spare mugs. I squeeze my hand under the counter and flip the switch. The fridge hums awake. Bar's got power.
Terrific.
While I ankle around a jungle of knickknacks, Benny's got Grayson's ear in an interview between juggling light bulbs.
So, Mr. Grayson, the Cryers readers want to know, who are you exactly? How's a suit go from pushing pencils to throwing clandestine shindigs?
You aren't gonna publish my name, are you?
Nah, I'll give you a whatchamacallit, a pseudonym. Gotta protect my sources. We can call you something mysterious, like Mr. X.
Mr. X, huh? Well, okay then. As for the question, I've actually always had a relationship with pushing pencils. Being a musician usually means doing something to pay the bills between gigs.
Hang on. The Cooper Club's Battle of the Bands, right? You were one of the acts.
You're a real shindig cat. You are. Smooth.
Oh gosh, yes. I might not have been Silverfoot James or Kid Holiday, but I like to think I put on a good show back there.
Okay. Anything else?
Not a bottle to be found. Did staff take it with them when the hall closed? Or did Buckethead snatch it in a raid?
Anything else?
Not a bottle to be found.
No. Okay, so what's left now? We're still able to interact with this.
I give the
Why?
boxes a rifle through.
Okay, no. It hasn't updated yet, I guess. Let's check the paper sheet.
Among inventory papers and broken glass, my eyes drawn to several footprints dotting a scrap of something. My shoe taps the pattern out to an invisible partner. Back, right, up, right. These are dance sheets, right? Where do you want them?
Table's good.
Between the shuffling of boxes, the soft chatter of voices, and the scritch of Benny's pencil, the air starts to feel lighter.
This part of the game ain't really all that finalized, I feel. It takes this auto proceeding without the voice acting continuing, so it overlaps. Did that earlier as well. Table's good, I'll organize them later. Yeah.
You said, I quote, Nation's Crusade has a ban on frivolous and morally suspect music. So how come you're still here? Shouldn't you be playing at some club on the other side of the lowers?
Well, I tried auditioning around after the ban. Briefly landed a gig on another island, but Annie's followers started spreading the word there too, so it wasn't long before I was looking for work again.
That sure sounds like some hard times for a musician.
And once the money ran out and the callbacks stopped, I was stuck.
Tough luck, man.
The pencil stops.
That ain't fair.
Yeah, you're right, but I look at it this way. We've all got to eat somehow, and if I keep eating, I'll keep finding chances to keep playing.
Okay. Anything else?
Footprints dance across instruction sheets with barely a crease or tear in their path.
Nope. Okay, the only thing left is the stage.
An off-color corner pokes out of the boxes, like a hand breaking through the rubble of a collapsed building, pleading for help. It takes several minutes to dig out a stage, a record player, and a trombone and its case. Found the record player.
Thank goodness. Yeah. That, takes care of them.
Grayson's chipper mood fades, swallowed by some dark cloud cast by the stage.
I guess he never came back for it.
The who and the what?
My ex-partner. I mean, old bandmate. We used to go everywhere together. My trumpet and his trombone, too. The Swan, the streets, the rooming house. Anywhere we could play.
Used to?
We had a disagreement. But it's Gia. Can we borrow you?
I will make a report about this. Give me a second. There we go. I just wanted to take a screenshot so when I make a report about the dialogue recording cutting off, they know exactly which area I'm talking about of the game. Let's help the devs out because they are awesome people. So I'm thankful for the I'm thankful for the work they put in making this awesome game, but yeah, there are some things they need to fiddle around with and fix.
They've got a corner mostly excavated, except for a stack of steel folding chairs. 3 trips later, we uncover a patch of wood and a fleeing spider. It runs off behind a large pile of clutter. Going to take a lot of elbow grease to make this place presentable. We'd better get enough people to make it worth it.
Trust me, despite all the finger-wagging around impropriety and wild behavior, there are still plenty of people who want to dance. All they need is somewhere to do it.
Oh, I see how it is. It's like they say, nothing draws a crowd like a crowd.
Yep, life ain't much without dancing and good music, especially dancing with a partner. That's like the rhythm of life, right there. If you can't tell, I'm a dancing pirate. I love dancing.
Exactly. You think I started with a garage full of people? It started as friends, then neighbors, then friends of neighbors, then people I'd never met, all who just wanted to hear the music again.
Maybe it's the sparkle in his eyes as he says it, or the Anyway, how's it look?
Maybe it's the sparkle in his eyes as he says it, or the unshakable belief behind his words, but I almost believe it.
It's the same Swan I fell in love with. Or she will be once we get these dang boxes out of the way and start gussying her up. Oh gosh, I got so much to do.
Then we're better off splitting the work. Aside from the venue, what's left?
Usually I'd be sending out the invite. I stash location, time, specifics in the different spots. That lets the regulars know who to bring and where to keep the bucketheads away from.
No problem. Just tell me where to deliver and I'll get the word out.
Okay, sure. That leaves stocking supplies. Gia, I hate to ask, but...
That depends. What am I grabbing? Grayson taps his thoughts out on his chin like he's checking against items on a list. One has him frowning, briefly but deeply.
Booze, music, and cosmetics. Whatever you can get. I was already planning a run for next week's party, but we'll need it sooner. Fortunately, you can grab it all in one place.
Cosmetics? Figures why they would be banned, I guess, no frivolous things, so getting cosmetics to help the ladies pamper up a bit and feel prettier about themselves, I guess. Otherwise, I don't know why we would want to grab cosmetics, but yeah, okay. Ask about booze.
Last I checked, even bootleggers avoided Nation's Crusade. No one wants to risk getting caught holding moonshine by a buckethead.
It's around, if you know where to look. Officials hoard it for their rallies, usually get a fresh stock whenever they raid speakeasies or get a new island. If you're lucky, you can sneak off with some.
And if I can't?
We won't be completely dry. I have a regular attendee who brings homemade grape juice. It'll keep the taps flowing for a little while, just not the night, or half the night.
Ask about music.
You're a musician. You and that record player aren't enough entertainment?
Ah, yeah, I mean, sure. It'll do in a pinch. But the Swan's records haven't been updated in years. People aren't going to show for something they've heard 100 times. I was thinking,
Grayson drops his gaze to his feet, rubbing his hands across his cheeks as though to ease the words out.
Yeah, this whole thing has Cress written all over it, I think. This guy and the Cress would get along swellingly, but since the game didn't prompt us to bring Cress, and so on, you already know that I like the composition we have. But if you want to see that supposedly interaction and so on, get the game yourself and give it a try. It's fun.
I was thinking we're reopening the Swan. People will feel nostalgic. It might be nice to do a reunion gig with me and Freddie. The Swan's best brass players, back for one night only.
Still not seeing where you need my help. He's your bandmate. What's stopping you from asking him?
Freddie won't talk shop with me. Stopped after Annie made clear the music band was here to stay. Won't even talk about tunes or auditions, let alone any floating dance halls.
But he'll talk to me? A total stranger? For a moment, the man looks like he wants to take back his request and bury it away in the pockets of his drab suit. But hope's a powerful thing.
Freddie looks like some no-nonsense, gloomy guy. But he's not. He's the most passionate musician I've ever met. Keep things polite and respectful, and he'll hear you out. Tell him I want to talk. That's all.
Ask about cosmetics.
Cosmetics?
Yeah. The Swan used to give guests the Cinderella treatment. Helped them feel good about themselves. There are folks who haven't seen a tube of lipstick or a jar of hair oil in years.
Yeah, that's what we figured, yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I've been seeing less painted ladies around.
What's got Nation's Crusade hung up on cosmetics?
It's frivolous and bring out naughty behavior.
Oh, they're, signs of loose morals that encourage dangerous intermingling. Same way bright clothing or scents tempt you into pride and vanity.
Scents, so everyone are just... Is that also scent soap then? Everyone are going around really smelly all the time?
Uh-huh. Sounds like I won't find any at the local beauty shop then.
Oh gosh, no, none of those left either. But I hired a smuggler to bring some in. I was gonna meet him for the pickup later. It's by an iron gate. Tell him Grayson sent you, and that the invite's still good.
Take the job.
All right. Sounds doable. Where am I heading?
The Temperance Rally. Annie runs it at least once a month, brings everyone together. You bring what you have to purge, and you destroy it with the help of your neighbors. The most devout always show up. And Freddy.
The musician swallows down a lump. I don't know what makes him more queasy. The event itself or his dear pal giving up the horn for an axe. Charming. The booze and your bandmate I get. But why would you arrange a pickup in the middle of a mob?
It felt like the easiest place to hide an outsider, Like a tree in a forest. Nothing unusual about visitors who want to see what upstanding living looks like.
I'll look into it. You just focus on the venue.
Break a leg. And try to grab as much as you can. The more we get, the better the party.
Yeah. Search for supplies and visit Annie's Temperance Rally.
I give the boxes a rifle through.
Okay, nothing new.
Not a bottle to be found.
Nothing new.
Footprints dance across.
Nope.
As I pass by, I hear the soft flutter, gasping for attention. The tape's starting to go on a piece of paper fixed to the side of the trombone case. I bend down to give it a read. The best decisions are often the hardest.
Freddy wrote that. When he got down in the dumps, he'd look at it and remind himself why he played.
And the reason is?
It's not my story to tell.
Okay, let's get moving. So, got some new locations. But yeah, we might want to grab a new vehicle. I don't know if this is the last opportunity we will have to do so. So, we have this place over here. Anywhere else? No. We're going here last, I believe. Let's start making our way. I will just make a save first, why not? Pedal to the metal. Wait, what's this? Ah, yeah, that's the resting spot to lay low.
Brighter than the fires of hell and hotter than the sun, a chorus of righteous axes rain down on items judged guilty. Rivers of liquor seep into the ground while metal, wood, and paper feed the pyres. I duck behind a crowd of manic avengers while Baron Annie the Axe takes to the field.
We shall cut down their idols, destroy their sacred pillars, burn their altars. As Paul said, give no opportunity to the devil.
She goes to a woman struggling under the weight of crates of bottles. Together, they cast it over the edge to the applause of an adoring crowd.
Drinking, gambling, vanity, pleasures of the flesh. But we do not gratify these earthly desires. Instead, we walk by the Spirit of the Lord.
The answering shouts make the island quake like its judgment day. It only comes to an abrupt lull when Annie steps down from her perch to hold out her hand to a downcast man.
The audio balance wasn't too great there. The crowd sound was very, very loud and took over Gia's dialogue there. So the answering shouts make the island shake like it's a judgment day. It only comes to an abrupt toll when Annie steps down from her perch to hold out her hand to a downcast man.
These books were my late wife's. She was a good woman. Never meant any harm, but the content is, I know. But these were hers.
What does Paul say? That the devil and his machinations will come in sheep's clothing. All of us can be deceived, brother. Your wife meant no harm, but she carried on with evil, just as my parents did. You can make that right.
So we are playing, what's the book called? Fahrenheit area, burning books.
Her words are the push he needs. He sobs and lets his wife's books fall, cremated by the flames to a choir of soothing neighbors. I tightly thumb Zio's hat.
I love a happy ending, don't you?
I jump out of my skin. The twisted melodrama must have thrown me off, because I hadn't seen the crone or her basket of goodies until she was at my shoulder.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lamb Chop. I didn't mean to frighten you. I would have said hello earlier, but you looked completely taken with our Annie.
Yeah. Tell her you're figuring Annie out.
Don't know what to think of her yet, honestly. Visiting from another island. Wanted to see what the fuss was.
Yeah, it's better to, whenever you can make a lie that is as close to the truth as possible, that's always better. It's easier to keep to when you go forward instead of making up a lie that you will have to remember details about. More and more details, yeah.
You have the lost look of a newborn babe still trying to figure out what your fingers are for.
That obvious, huh?
Obvious, she says. I knew you when I saw you. Newcomers are always so shy, but they all loosen up once they axe their first barrel. Obvious, she says. I knew you went here. For you.
They all loosen up once they axe their first barrel.
She catches my hand. Years of social niceties and smuggler instincts prevent me from yanking it away before she palms me a set of dice. Didn't think Nation's Crusade approved of gambling.
No, these are the cast out lamb chop. I keep them on hand to help warm folks up. Small and easy. Toss them and you're done.
She watches me with as much anticipation as the witch waiting for Gretel to take a bite.
I don't want to seem too eager here, so don't destroy dice.
Thanks, but I'll pass for now. She sighs, as kindly and worldly as Nonna, and with twice the disappointment.
What are those other baronies teaching these days? If it's not sin, it's meek nonsense. Stick around, and we'll fix it.
I'm sure you will.
But take hope, for even our Christ was tempted. Stay vigilant, brothers and sisters.
Bodies disperse as Annie charges forward, rallying her followers to other battlements. I slowly exhale and use the shift in the crowd to make my escape.
Yeah, also I didn't want to play along to prolong the interaction. We are trying to stay behind people and in the shadows of people, so to speak.
Thanks for the welcome, ma'am. Think I'll go mingle.
Call me Bethany. I'd love to introduce you around, but someone's got to mind the exit. You'll be all right on your own?
I'll figure something out.
That's the spirit. Have a lovely time. But don't slack off, hmm? We're here to destroy sin. Cookies are only for those who do their part.
The older woman totters off, but a sickly sensation lingers. Maybe she's nosy. Maybe she's suspicious. But she keeps me in her sightline. Better hope the
And it auto-proceeded. Oh well. So... Oh, this is a huge area. Yeah. I need to keep it a bit shorter for today, unfortunately. But we met some interesting people and saw some interesting sights, so yeah, let's start a dance revolution or whatever. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.